Hello and welcome to Discovering China. I'm Lena Wang. This week we'll be looking at the ancient Chinese martial art of Tai Chi. Why do millions from China to New York practice Tai Chi? And who created this slow-moving art? April 27th was World Tai Chi Day, where Tai Chi practitioners across the world practiced their art in a coordinated wave that swept across the globe. We went to the New York World Tai Chi Day activity in Central Park to find out more.
An oasis of tranquility in the heart of New York City. This is World Tai Chi Day.
We're at 10 o'clock in the morning, in every spot in the world where people do Tai Chi, they get out and they execute their basic slow form. So it starts in Australia and snakes around the world and ends in Hawaii. And we're one of the largest events in North America here in Central Park. This is our 14th year.
This slow-moving exercise, originally from China, has brought health and well-being to millions across the world. Richard Jasaitis has practiced Tai Chi for 42 years.
Well, Tai Chi brings together the body, the mind, and the spirit. When it's done correctly, the body almost feels like it's floating because the mind communicates with the energy, and the energy moves the body rather than the mind communicating with the muscles and the muscles moving the body.
This energy, in Chinese, is known as qi. Tai Chi is believed to open up the body's natural energy channels and store qi in an energy field in the abdomen, known as the dantian. This energy greatly benefits the Tai Chi practitioner's health, but also has other uses.
Tai Chi originally is a very, very strong martial art that was born off of the Shaolin martial arts. So when you learn Tai Chi, most people don't go past the basic slow form, which is good for health and well-being. But if you studied under a master who knows the forms, you can master the self-defense aspects, the aggressive aspects, plus all the weapons, swords and sticks and sabers.
In addition to practicing the slow form and self-defense routines, a Tai Chi practitioner needs to build up their internal energy through other exercises.
Internal power has through people cultivation from standing exercise or meditation to help body to relax or work in one. They call the 内劲, 产生的内劲 from dantian.
But it takes time. Many practitioners stand in meditation for several hours each day.
Internal need much more time because that's actually found your natural ability of you. They call the supernatural power. That's actually, you can see people don't need to do much physical. They can use a lot of power to get another person.
Even a person who is physically stronger and heavier than oneself. Tai Chi specializes in absorbing an opponent's force and deflecting it back in a sudden explosive burst, known in Chinese as fa jing. No matter whether this internal power is used for attacks in martial arts or simply to strengthen the body, the effects are profound.
I had one man in his late 70s struggle up 3 flights of stairs to come into the class, and within 4 or 5 months he's bounding up the stairs with an ice cream cone.
The art and its energy bring joy to those who practice it. Many practice for decades, attempting to reach perfection in their movements.
And it was the first thing in my life that I did just because I loved to do it. So every day going out, and after 42 years, every day going out is still a journey to try and reach a higher level, because you can never attain the ultimate, but you know it's there, so you struggle to attain a little bit more every day. And it beats jogging.
World Tai Chi Day is organized through the internet and happens on the last Saturday in April every year.
Now that you know what Tai Chi is about, you may be wondering about its origins. We now bring you the legendary story of Zhang Shangfeng, the man widely believed to be the creator of Tai Chi.
He's considered the founder of Tai Chi Chuan, or Tai Chi boxing, an internal martial arts style. Zhang Shangfeng, the man himself, was claimed to have written that in every movement, every part of the body must be light, agile, and connected in a sequence. The postures continuous, the movement rooted in the feet, released through the legs, focused on the waist and expressed with the fingers. One story has it that Zhang saw a bird of prey attacking a snake. He noticed how the snake defended itself by keeping still and alert before counter-attacking and killing the bird. with his knowledge of Taoism and Shaolin Kung Fu, an external or hard fighting style, Zhang was inspired to create a new martial art based on softness and yielding. Many details of Zhang's life remain unclear. Much of what has been written about him varies according to different sources. Zhang was a legendary Chinese Taoist priest, believed to have lived for about 200 years. Although the date of his death is unclear, it is said he lived from 1247 to 1447 AD. If this were the case, then Zhang would have lived during the Song, Yuan and Ming dynasties. According to one tradition, Zhang was born near Longhu Shan or Dragon Tiger Mountain in southeast China's Jiangxi province. This is one of the 4 sacred mountains of Taoism. One story has it that Zhang had a childhood illness and lost his eyesight. His father took him to the nearby Taoist temple, and within a week, Zhang regained his eyesight. The Taoist priest then took Zhang as a disciple and taught him writing and martial arts. Zhang's father hoped that his son would sit for the state examination for a career in the government. But Zhang was not interested. He had no interest in fame or wealth. It was said that Zhang turned down an official position, gave away his property to his family, and then traveled around China. He went to live at Mount Hua before settling at Wudang Mountains, where there are many Taoist monasteries. 2 Ming Dynasty emperors each ordered a huge stone tablet erected on Wudang Mountains to honor Zhang as a Taoist saint. Zhang is believed to be a xian, a Taoist term for an immortal or an enlightened person. Zhang's boxing art was passed down through the generations, most notably in the Chen village, where it evolved into the Chen style of Tai-chi. Other martial artists who learned from the masters in the Chen village then created their own systems, and the art split into 5 family systems: Chen, Yang, Wu, Sun, and Hao. These styles, plus a variety of modern styles, are now practiced by millions around the world. Yet, the original movements and theories of Zhang's boxing art are now lost.
April 25th was the day that changed China. The Chinese Communist regime saw the largest demonstration in Beijing since the 1989 Tiananmen Square protests. Practitioners of the Falun Gong spiritual practice gathered outside the government compound known as Zhongnanhai in Beijing. They were petitioning against Tianjin authorities' ill treatment of Falun Gong practitioners. Every year, the 425 appeal is commemorated across the world. Here's more from our Taiwan NTD team.
Last Sunday, thousands of Falun Gong practitioners gathered to do meditation exercises near Taipei 101. They were commemorating the 1999 April 25th appeal. 14 years ago on that day, Yuan Hongbing, a former professor at Beijing University, was standing outside the entrance of Zhongnanhai, the Chinese government compound in Beijing. Yuan witnessed history, as more than 10,000 Falun Gong practitioners made a peaceful appeal after several of their fellow practitioners were arrested in Tianjin.
On that day, after I came to Chang'an Street, I saw a group of Falun Gong practitioners. They exercised quietly, close to Zhongnanhai, to express their determination in their belief of truthfulness, compassion, and forbearance.
The petitioners appealed in a calm and peaceful manner. They only requested a redress and recognition of their rights to practice their beliefs. Yuan said the group dispersed as quietly as they gathered, leaving no trash behind.
3 months after that day, the Chinese Communist Party started a widespread persecution of Falun Gong practitioners. This has become the greatest human rights disaster in the 21st century.
Falun Gong, also known as Falun Dafa, is a spiritual cultivation practice with its roots in traditional Chinese culture. On July 20th, 1999, the Chinese Communist Party leader Jiang Zemin banned Falun Gong and started the more than a decade-long persecution of the practice.
Jiang Zemin has used all kinds of media, tools, and all means of persecution to arrest and persecute Falun Gong practitioners, and it has been 14 years now.
During these 14 years, practitioners outside of mainland China have held many events to expose the atrocities of the persecution. Spokesperson of the Falun Gong Human Rights Legal Team, Zhu Wanqi, urges the United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights to take the initiative to investigate the persecution of Falun Gong practitioners in China. Zhu calls for Chinese lawyers to join the team to bring Jiang to justice.
As long as the present Chinese leader Xi Jinping and Premier Li Keqiang do not completely remove Jiang from power, it would be impossible to stop the persecution. Chinese people in the legal profession are the promoters of Chinese laws. We hope you can help Chinese people quit the CCP and dissolve the Communist Party.
Every year for the past 3 years, the Service Center for Quitting the Chinese Communist Party near Taipei 101 has helped at least 10,000 Chinese people to quit the CCP. Falun Dafa Information Center Executive Director Levi Browdy talks about the unique role of Taiwan.
I think the role Taiwan has played has been interesting. I was in Taiwan probably 4 times last year, and every time I go to a tourist site, a famous building, there are mounds and mounds of mainland Chinese tourists, and there's always Taiwanese people there with placards exposing the persecution of Falun Gong, handing out flyers, because this is something they can't see in China, and clearly that's having an impact.
This year, the April 25th anniversary events next to Taipei 101 have attracted many mainland tourists. In New York, Falun Gong practitioners remembered the April 25th appeal by holding a candlelit vigil in front of the Chinese consulate.
Well, that's all we have time for this week. As always, you can discover more about Chinese culture on our website, ntd.tv, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, NTDonChina. See you soon.